It's Week 12 of the National Football League, and all eyes are on Jared Goff. Solid performance a week ago, throwing for 3 touchdowns. It's the Lions and the Packers, next on Madden NFL 24.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Today, our holiday coverage kicks off with a good one here, as it'll be the Green Bay Packers taking on the Detroit Lions. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Well, Charles, it's our annual trip north for Thanksgiving. The Lions have been hosting this game going all the way back to 1934.
If you back it up even further, the NFL's played games on this day going all the way back to 1920. Look, it's a tradition in America. High school, college, NFL, Thanksgiving football. Let's do it.
The first of 3 here on this Thanksgiving Day, set for a good one. The Packers and the Lions underway in Detroit. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. Well, they're brought out by a former #1 overall pick, coming off one of his best seasons ever in year 7 of his career, now in year 8, Jared Goff.
I know teams always talk about having a 24-hour rule after a game, and eventually we end up rolling our eyes. But it works both ways, right? 24 hours if you win, 24 if you lose. But, boy, it's a fun 24 when you win the game. And you win NFC Offensive Player of the Week, isn't it?
Absolutely. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. They'll go again with Gibbs. A strong running. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. But now he appears to be in some pain. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. First carry now for David Montgomery. Hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. From the 44 now, here's 2nd and 4. They'll try the air now with Goff. He's got right on the short throw. Just a gain of a couple there. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. You look at this Packers defense. Currently #1 in the NFL against the run.
Always think back to what my defensive coordinator in college used to tell me. Playing against the run is 11 individual battles, man on man. And are you going to win that battle? You're going to whip the guy across.
Touchdown, Detroit! David Montgomery, his 7th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Lions get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
We see this a lot on 3rd and short yardage, especially down here in the red zone. They're going to sell out to stop the run, try and hold them to a field goal. But once the running back gets past the first wave, the resistance can evaporate after that. And he not only picks up the first, but he takes it all the way into the end zone.
Nick Folk for the point after. It's up, it's good, and the Lions lead at 7-0. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it was David Montgomery's touchdown run that polished it all off. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. He might take this all the way. He will take this all the way. Touchdown. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. Less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. And no doubt one of the most, if not the most exciting play we'll see in this game. The kick return all the way to the end zone for 6 points. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Here comes Khalif Raymond from his end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. On 1st and 10, Goff. That throw taken in by Jameson Williams. These two teams met up earlier in the year, back in Week 4, and it was the Lions who got the road victory in that one, so they'll be looking to claim the season series now. Here, nowhere to go here. He lost the football, but fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
And here now the punter, Fox, as he sends this one away. And he'll take it on this side of midfield. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. 6'4" Jordan Love taking the field for the first time. The 2020 first-round pick from Utah State set to lead Green Bay.
This is set up now to be the true beginning of Love's NFL career because he's finally out from under the shadow of Aaron Rodgers, and Green Bay is giving him this season to prove he can be their starter. 4 years after he was drafted in the first round, we'll find out if Love is the next decade-long starter for the Green Bay Packers.
Jack Campbell, a first-round pick there on the tackle. Here's 2nd and 7. Play action this time with Love sliding out of the pocket. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Love. He's got the hook up with Dobbs. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Here's Jacobs. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Josh Jacobs, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Packers have taken the lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Here's Khalif Raymond to return. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. And Detroit back in possession of the football. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here. Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out. A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 59 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Now Goff on 1st down. Pass incomplete.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
On 2nd and 10, Goff. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Here comes 3rd and about a foot. Montgomery back to the ground. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. He lost a big chunk, 6 yards there, and it leads to 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend, but you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. The Packers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Let's go. Ready?
To pass, here's Jordan Love. He finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Here's Love. Same target. It's Jacobs again. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's caught inside the 20. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 33 yards that time.
On the double. Watch out now. 56 seconds.
Play fake. Here's Love. That's to Kraft, the tight end. Calling a gain of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Again, it's Love. Out to his left. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down. Counter play with Jacobs. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. They give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal.
It's largely been the air attack that's gotten them down here, but now is where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on 1st and goal.
Dillon. Looking for a signal, but none forthcoming. They stopped him shy of the goal line. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a lion that's shaken up. But the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. 3rd and goal, option right. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But you got to do it.
And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. A.J. Dillon taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Packers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. So 4th and goal, their head coach gave that offensive line one more chance to punch it in, and this time they were successful.
They certainly paid off the coach's confidence, didn't they? And how about the fact that game, because a lot of times in that situation, partner, we see teams try and roll the quarterback out, give him a little run pass option, and treat it like a 2-point conversion play. In this case, they went with a little bit more power and got it done.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Here's Raymond bringing it out. And he returns this to the 22. Detroit's offense ready to take over. The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Inside the 20. So they hit pay dirt, but don't count it yet. There's laundry on the field. We'll see what the penalty flag is about.
Holding. Offense.
That's on the tackle, Penei Sewell. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Back to throw, Goff. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Cross 10. Red cycle. 10 cycle. Green jack. Ready.
Following the interception, Love. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down.
Ready.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he is going to lose yardage here. The chance of wasting this great starting field position. A real threat. This is 3rd and long. Throwing. Love. He'll buy some time right. Touchdown, Packers. Josh Jacobs. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Packers have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
He was able to move around and found some vision to throw the football. And how about how he ended it? Boy, he had some zip on that throw.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt to have an arm like that. Results in the touchdown here. Great play offensively. Now McManus to tack on the extra point. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And the result, a Green Bay score. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. On 3rd down they go, Montgomery. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And taken at the 46. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Ready?
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. A stoppage here following the play, and it looks like Josh Jacobs was shaken up and in need of some assistance. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
On the set.
Second down and 4.
Set. Go.
Out of the shotgun, it's Love. They'll roll him out right. He's going to fire one, corner of the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
On the ball.
To throw now, here's Love. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of
Here we
downs.
go. Set. Cut, cut.
Love now to pass on first down. He finds his man, complete. It's Lloyd. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
Cut.
On play action, Love to throw. And he's got it. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
Cut, cut.
Jacobs is not going to get back to the line of scrimmage as they'll tackle him at the 3. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This a chip shot, a 20-yarder. The kick by McManus is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So everything else has gone right in this first half. Kind of follows that it would for their kicker, too, as he adds 3 more onto the lead.
Yeah, and the way that this one's gone, definitely not looking like he's going to have to worry too much about pressure kicks late in the game. He can go out there free and easy, just work on his form, and he knocked that one through.
Here's Raymond bringing it out. So we're at halftime here in the annual Thanksgiving game in Detroit. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks so much. We'll get back to you and Charles in Detroit in just a moment. But first, let's take a look at what's following our 2 games later today. Good matchups all up and down the schedule there. We'll highlight the one in Cincinnati. A big test coming up for the Bengals, as they'll have to contend with the visiting Pittsburgh Steelers. Lots to look forward to in the late games as well. One of the best being in Philadelphia, where we find the Eagles taking on the Buffalo Bills. And finally, Sunday Night Football. They've got a good one lined up between the Baltimore Ravens and the LA Chargers. We just watched a solid first half from the 2022 rushing champ, Josh Jacobs. He found the end zone twice, once on the ground and once in the passing game, as he proved he's anything but a one-dimensional running back. Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. Still going past the 30. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown.
Again, Elvin partner, I get fired up. 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns in the same game. This is fun to watch.
Yeah, we call a lot of games in a lot of different places. Sometimes it seems like we do it simultaneously, but we rarely get to see this. Now McManus for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. And what a job there by all 11 on the kick return. The blocking excellent, the return excellent. The result, 6 points. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. Here's Raymond bringing it out. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Throwing on third, Goff.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Pulled in at the 24. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. So here are the Packers now to take over. They've got the lead here as they begin this drive, trying to get that bad taste out of their mouth from the loss last week to the L.A. Chargers.
Loving the Packers now with a 1st and 10.
At about the 32.
He'll give it to Jacobs to start the drive.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards. It moves the sticks. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out in the running game.
He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Now a second down throw for Love here. Over the middle, complete. That's Reed. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions 33. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10. Down at the 33.
And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. 52 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Love looking to throw it. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Hopefully, obviously, nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
Striker, 3-3. Black shot. Ready?
Switching things up, they'll throw it now with Jordan Love. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown.
Jaden Reed
from 8 yards out.
And the Packers have got it on cruise control. Well, on the other sideline right now, it's just absolute dejection. But, Charles, let's focus on the positive. With the lead that they built here, they've done pretty much everything to perfection in this ball game.
They certainly have. Makes me think that their week of preparation was excellent. And they flowed into this game, and it carried over. And right now, I don't expect them to back off at all. They're playing so well, they just want to keep it going.
McManus's point after is good, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
Khalif Raymond now. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
And Detroit getting set to go now.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Rashawn Gary able to record his 5th sack of the season. So now following the sack, Goff and the Lions needing to come up with something here on 3rd and long. Goff.
And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taken right around the 44. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Green Bay's offense ready to go again. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game planned for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
2nd down, Jacobs once more.
Oh, good move. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
Partner, how he managed to get positive yardage out of that run, I have no idea. But a little juking, a little moving, got it done.
Got him 2 yards. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Offensive line wasn't set. There's the flag, and 5 yards back they go.
Quarterback has to look around and make sure that his team is ready to go. Sometimes the quarterbacks go faster than is necessary.
Ready.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line.
That stop made by Jack Campbell. 2nd and 12, operating from the 39.
Go.
We're on to the 4th here on Thanksgiving Day. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Down.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 12.
Here's Jacobs from the gun. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line.
99 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they are powering through, and they're controlling this game.
They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3.
Hat tip to that offensive line. They're clearing some holes, even down here deep in the red zone. And that's a nice pickup on the ground on 1st and goal.
Ready,
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Set, go. Ready.
They'll run it with Jacobs. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Set.
Now Love.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. Up big here in the 4th quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points, but they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
Out of the gun, Goff.
This one swung out to Montgomery.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. The Lions on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. To throw is Goff.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Lions 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Detroit.
Jamison Williams,
77 yards.
and the Lions get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
On for the extra point is Folk. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. A drive there of just 4 plays.
And it was Jamison Williams wrapping things up with a touchdown. Nixon now from his end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field.
Well, we've reached the stage where it's a mere formality at this point. They've got the comfortable lead. We know what the outcome is going to be. I guess the only question is, do they want to put more points on the board before the final gun?
Well, I certainly hope not. And I'm being selfish here because you and I have flights to catch. Let's go ahead and finish this one off, guys. You've taken care of business. Let's close it out. And you and I, let's get to the airport.
Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A throw over the middle taken in. And he is going to lose yardage here. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Love now. He finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs. Give him 5 on the screenplay, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Boy, that one was well read defensively. And this is all about diagnosis as a safety and being decisive because he saw it setting up in front of him, able to knife through there and make the play.
Ready?
Love, they go play action now.
Now this aired out deep for Reed.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th. But they didn't.
LaFleur loudly voicing his objections to that previous call. He's going to throw out the red challenge flag. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So the challenge does not sway the official's decision. The spot of the football going to remain right where it is. On 1st and 10, Goff. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. There he goes left side. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Goff now to throw. Montgomery, another target and catch. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? So roughing the passer, and they get the safety there.
And this is one I think where the safeties usually got to come a long way. So sometimes it's tough for them to slow down that momentum. That's going to draw the flag.
And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
Well, if you've got him in your fantasy league, you like his production, his second touchdown of the game. But right now, his team is trailing. Fortunately, he's playing pretty well and trying to keep him in it.
Yeah, they might need a little more from him here.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they continue to call his number. Right now, he needs his defense to step up and give him a chance.
And this one's going to be covered up by the Packers hands team. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Once again, it's Jacobs. They're going to drop him behind the line yet again, and things going from bad to worse. A stoppage here following the play, and it looks like Josh Jacobs was shaken up and in need of some assistance. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. On 3rd down, here's Dillon. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. It's a 7-yard run, but it does bring up 4th down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
This taken in at the goal line. Breaks through the contact. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Time for another look at this Lions offense. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And partner,
and he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Detroit. David Montgomery. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Lions are able to cut into that deficit.
extra point up and good by Folk. And the lead now down to 20. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown.
Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. Another drive coming up for this Packers offense. CD, this is the ideal situation in the fourth quarter. You come out here late, not much time on the clock with a comfortable lead, and put the final nail in the coffin.
Yeah, this offense, all game long, they've been powerful, they've been dangerous. You're exactly right. They can end this one on their own terms.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Two runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. And a timeout coming in. This will be... with 10 seconds remaining. And they take a knee.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Packers, they keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 8-3 on the year. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for the Lions, it's a loss that sets them back in their playoff push as they fall to 6-5. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.